Hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dr. Joyce. Thank you for that introduction. I know you were overwhelmed with the number of participants. That's why you forgot my topic. And my topic, it's all about creating new mileage, and that new mileage is we'll speak about new mileage, not just about my mileage, not just about the students' mileage, but actually it's going to cover a lot of topics on how we can create new mileage. Now, the very basic question here is that what do you check when you buy a new car, or probably when you buy a second-hand car? So creating new mileage is very important, and this topic is not actually the team fortifying new mindset. It was actually given by Mike, and that Kuya Mike uh, help us to realize that there is really a need for us to set a new mindset for this new era, and that era is the post-pandemic crisis or during the pandemic crisis. And now my topic, it's all about creating new mileage and how we can create new mileage. This is actually one of my favorite topics because I started my advocacy on career development in 2005, where I founded a Center for Career Development in Laguna. And that is actually for me to convey a message that everyone can actually develop his career mileage, and not to pray for the early death of their bosses, or for the early death of their deans, or for the early death of their principal, or for the early deaths of their bosses. So it's going to be like that, and it's all about creating new mileage. Let me check. I think it's my presentation. Right. Right. I think it's in a new normal. It's that the makes very, very question in the new normal is that, are we happy with our experiences? I think our participants, the millennials now, it's you key in, are you happy with our experiences right now with the new normal? You can key in yes or no. Are you happy with the new experiences? I'm pretty much sure you have so many experiences going to the mall, going to fast food chains or probably restaurants. You want to go to Tagaytay like Directo, but you cannot do it. And these are the experiences of the new normal. That's why my advocacy here is that, what are your experiences? And from those experiences, let's develop a future normal. And that's future now normal will not develop by Dr. Cordova, will not be developed by your teacher, but it's actually will be furtherly developed by you with that mindset, or with that right mindset. Do you think COVID-19 is transforming even your future mileage? There you have attended a lot of seminars on about how will COVID-19 transform the travel. You have seen a lot of news, you have seen a lot of you have read a lot of articles, and you've watched so many videos by YouTube about this COVID-19 and how this COVID-19 is affecting or killing the industry, the tourism industry. And we are pretty much aware that when tourism industry is dying, even our profession will be affected. And that's why our advocacy is that we have to restart tourism. And while we restart tourism, we are also making everyone restarting their profession, and that is having a new mindset. Do you think COVID-19 is transforming your future mileage? Key in your answer like Kuya Mike. Do you think yes or no? Do you think COVID-19 is transforming? Because you might be anxious about your future. You might be anxious, or you might be uncertain about what's going to happen after getting the diploma or after second semester, and that is actually how this pandemic crisis is transforming your future mileage. You have seen a lot about global mobility, the impact of COVID-19 on global mobility. In fact, even in our local industry, you have seen a lot of restrictions, government restrictions or quarantine restrictions. That's why you cannot go out. And then you have you are aware, as you are aware, that tourism, the travel is going down and it's below negative. It's below zero or negative 20, negative 60 for some. And where are we now? In the hospitality and tourism industry, what are you doing? If you have seen the news about air travel won't return to pre-crisis level until 2023, and then 2023, and you're going to graduate or you're going to finish or you are graduating right now, are you going to wait for that 2023, or you will just be contented with the impact of this COVID-19 on global mobility or your mobility? There is this post on Facebook, COVID ka lang, Pilipino ako. That is the new mindset. That must be the mindset of everyone. COVID-19 is killing the industry, but the industry will restart again, and the profession will restart when you restart your new mindset, right? What do I feel when I see graduation ceremony right now? What do I feel when I see virtual graduation? What do you feel when you see graduation ceremony? These were all halted. These ceremonies were halted because of COVID-19. But even before the COVID-19, when I see graduation ceremony and I know those students, they just graduated probably because of out of hard work or probably because of pakikisama, it hurts my brain. Like Elon Musk, it hurts my brain and it hurts my heart. Why? Because I know some of them, they graduated without the career goal. They have started their college degree, they have started their first year college, and they don't have the career goal. The first time that you should create, the moment that you will create your career goal should not be in college, but actually the moment you step in senior high school. So it hurts my brain because sometimes when after graduation, that's the time that they will create their career goal. You have to restart rebooting your career goal, reshaping your career goal right now, so that it will not hurt the brain of your mom and it will not hurt the brain of the hearts of your parents. People work better when they know what the goal is and why. A lot of people right now, they are afraid to do goal setting. A lot of them, they are in the mode of wait and see. We will just wait. We will just wait what will happen. But you will wait till kingdom come. But you are not actually setting the goals. Everyone needs new career mileage every day. Or not only the students, but it's actually for all. Everyone, every day, you have to set your career mileage, restart your career mileage. When you buy a second-hand car, you will ask, ano ang mileage niya? That's mileage is that, ano ang tinakbo niya? Gaano siya kapagod? Would you like that? Would you like to experience that you are now in your 40, tapos hindi ka napagod kasi natulog ka? Kasi yung goal mo, hindi mo ginawa. What is your mileage right now? If I'm giving you the chance to use the chat box, if you are a car, from 0 to 100, what is your mileage right now? Gaano mo ginamit yung mileage na yon? Paano mo inoptimize yung mileage mo na yon para ikaw ay maging successful? Milestone is very important. Most of the people in the academy or probably in the industry, they just what? They just grow old. They grow old without the impact, without any legacy, and without creating mileage. And then when you will ask them, how's your mileage? It's over. It's almost exhausted. If 0 to 100, their mileage is 98. But they still have more time to create good and better mileages. You have to create the new skills. That now is the time for you to create or discover new skills. This is now the time for you to make your credentials more impactful by creating or collecting more certificates, and for you to have more third-party companies to confirm the employers about what you can do and what you can perform. And even the diploma, you are waiting for the diploma, you are actually dreaming for the highest pay job, but you are not creating mileage every day. Good mileage is very important, because when you exhaust the time that you have exhausted your mileage, that's the time that you are dead. When you're dead, you have exhausted your mileage, but you will ask yourself, how did I use my mileage? That is the point I would like to give right now. Creating new mileage. Every day you have to create new mileage so that you will not be exhausted. I have reviewed this bio profile of our alumni, and he was actually invited in the practicum seminar of Our Lady of Fatima University, and thanks to Angel and the practicum coordinators. And I admire this guy. Look at his credentials. If you will track the career, working in Boracay, working in Quezon, now working in United Kingdom, every year he would create career new mileage. Every day, every year would create new mileage, so that he or she would encounter new opportunities. The same thing with this lady. She actually started creating a new mileage, not in the Philippines, but when she joined the US Work and Travel. And then from there, she created a new mileage. And now, she's now an operation manager in that hotel in Marriott downtown in the United States. Meaning to say, if you cannot create your mileage in your space right now, you have to move somewhere else so that you can see a better mileage with your talents or with your skills. That creating mileage will actually allow you to go out of your space, of your common or your usual environment, so that you can find a better mileage. Do not look for your better mileage in your usual environment. If you have done a lot about your skills, if you have done a lot about your credentials, go out and see new environment for you to see mileage. Employers, company, look at the ways on how individuals make their daily mileage important to their proportion. When we interview applicants, especially in the university, I usually look at the curriculum bio profile, the curriculum vitae, and look at how they allotted time in order for them to create new mileage. I have examined even the CVs of the one that was sent to me by Ms. Susan for the reviewers, and I am really happy that all those nominated by Ms. Susan, I have investigated on their credentials, and I think they have created new mileage every time that there is an opportunity. The most important thing now for the companies, they're not looking for the brand of school, but they are actually looking for to get the great people, to attract great people. And that great people would come from Mindanao, would come from Cagayan de Oro, would come from Visayas, would not come from the NCR. There are lots of great talents outside of NCR, and you don't have to say that the people in NCR are the great people. There are great people in Sagada, there are great people in Baguio, and those great people will be absorbed by the industry. Like what I am saying, I am pretty much sure your journey will not be that easy. That journey, it's going to be, you are going to meet a lot of challenges, but you have to start somewhere else. Start may not be appealing. The start of your journey on your career mileage may not be appealing, but at least step by step, you are going to do something. The law of inertia, nothing moves if you will not move. If you are just dreaming about new mileage of working in Dallas, you are working in Las Vegas, working in Europe, nothing will move if you will not move today. If you will just move, or you will just create your mileage after the COVID-19. Steps may be rough. It may be rough. That roughness will actually make you a better career individual. Now, what about readiness? We are not ready for the new pandemic. In 2015, this became viral. Bill Gates warned us about this influenza virus. Nobody listened. Nobody listened, but perhaps they listened, but they did not do anything about it. Readiness is not a concern of someone, because it is sometimes a wrong practice that readiness, they always associate it with the teachers, with their deans and their program heads. That readiness should come from you, and it should be a daily business of the students or the participants on how to combat negative impact in the future. Now, 2015, we were warned about this COVID-19. Now we are being warned again that this is not the end of the pandemic crisis this year, but we can encounter new crisis. But the point there is that readiness must be something. It must be the business of individual and not the business of Bill Gates or anyone else. There's no such thing as job security. The job security that exists in the one that you can create for yourself. The one that you will create now and tomorrow and the next future will be that job security. If you feel that you are in the plantilla, you are a regular employee, and that is your job security, yes, but you are not exhausting the career mileage. Having a job is not actually a good tool or a good measurement that you have a better mileage. But every time when you meet opportunities, what do you do? If there is an offer like this, what do you do? If there is an opportunity for this, what do you do? Do you embrace it? Or do you listen to loud voices? And those loud voices are actually the negative comments, the chismes, the discouragement, but you do not focus on single voice. And that single voice is that every day you have to create a better mileage and should not consider job security. Remember, there was a job security before. Remember, COVID-19, after COVID-19, it was announced PAL will lay off 2,300 employees. Now, look at what happened in the job security. Now, before the crisis, we thought that once we have a job, we are secured in our future. No, it must be about creating new mileage where you will have a fallback once that job security will no longer be there. You have to embrace the idea that you are limitless. You are limitless. It's not because you are HRM or tourism or hospitality or travel. You are limitless. I have encountered a lot of people working in different industries or other industries where they are not what? They are graduate of hospitality. Yesterday, I met one in a healthcare center, and she's a graduate of HRM, and not even a graduate of nursing or what, but she actually embraced the idea that she's limitless. Do not focus on one industry. You have so many industries to explore, and you have to do something better, and that new better is for you to discover yourself. I admire this guy. When I'm being asked about who's your idol when it comes to talking about future, this guy developed the idea that we can place chips on our mind so we can recall what's going to happen or what happened in the past, so that when we are experiencing dementia, we can actually recall. This guy also developed sold everything just to develop the spaceship, and the vision is to conquer Mars anytime soon. I like this idea. When something is important enough, And that you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Even the odds are not in your favor, you do it. And if you think that is important and it's going to happen and that is important in your career mileage or in your mileage, in your new mileage, never give up. I mean, you have to be dead or completely incapacitated if you give up. The moment that you give up, when you are dead and when you are completely incapacitated and you cannot do anything, never give up. Loss. Some career mileage rules that I am giving to all the people I have spoken to, and and I think it's about how they can maintain their career mileage. You know, in 2009, I have developed a project paper about career development, and in that case, I realized that I need advisors. I am working in the academy as College Dean of Our Lady of Fatima University, but you will ask me who are who are my advisors, who are my counselors. You have to you have to get advisors, even no matter how small or big is your position. You have to get your counselors or you have to get your advisors. You really like what you do. You have to. These are the advices I got. I received from them. I have 3 advisors, and then these are the 4 items I received whenever I meet them. You really like what you do. You have to be passionate in what you do and something that you really like. You have to take a risk. Measuring your career mileage or creating a new mileage, you can only create a new mileage if you know how to take a risk. And you have to focus on on signal over noise. There are signal. We usually burden the Lord by asking so many signals. But sometimes that signal is not actually the signal being given to you. You are hearing voices, the noises of your mom, the noises of your friends, the noises of your teachers, but you do not focus on your signal. And that signal is all about your career new mileage. Never give up on working hard to maximize your mileage. Every day, list down, what is my mileage today? If you exhausted 10% of your mileage yesterday, will you make it 15% now? Will you make it 20% now? And that creating mileage will not hurt my brain and will not hurt the brain of your mom. It hurts when I see students, when I see individuals where they do not maximize their potential, they do not maximize their skills and talents because they do not believe on mileage. I always say this when I give freshman orientation. Your attitude now about your tomorrow's mileage will determine your future career altitude. Kung ano man ang pwede mong abutin sa susunod na panahon ay madedetermine mo ngayon kung anong attitude mo ngayong COVID, merong pandemic crisis. Thank you very much and see you in your next mileage.